Barn finds. Every mechanic dreams of them. This one came from a tip cod, 71 Mustang, been sitting since the early 90s. Price tag? There she was, covered in 20+ years of barn dust. The Spring Special package ist 1 year only.
Let's see what $600 actually buys. First impression, rough. Second impression, really rough. But the bones were there.
The paint was shot, no saving it. But the body lines were straight. No major collision damage, just decades of neglect.
The rear quarters were the worst. Typical Mustang rust, water gets trapped behind the wheel wells, eats the metal from the inside out. These would need complete replacement.
The interior had become a rodent hotel. Seats shredded, wiring chewed, carpet destroyed. Everything would have to go. Every single piece.
The 351 Cleveland. One of Ford's best small block engines. The 4V heads, those are the good ones.
$600, a trailer, and a 2-hour drive home. The Mustang was coming to the workshop. The real work was about to begin. First step, full strip down. Every bolt, every panel, every wire. We needed to see exactly what we were working with gold and what we needed to replace. Bumpers off. Both were damaged. The driver's side had hit something cleaned, probably a parking pole. New chrome bumpers would be ordered. The grille was beyond repair. A new one would be sourced. The Spring Special grille is unique, hard to find, but not impossible. Hood off, the dent would need bodywork.
Yeah, that's rough.
But the panel was solid, no rust through. That was good news.
Finally, some luck.
Wheels off. The suspension was shot, bushings cracked, shocks leaking. The brakes were seized. Everything underneath would need attention. The floor pans were gone. Water had sat in the carpet for years, eating through the metal from the inside. Complete replacement needed, front and rear. Seats out. The foam was dust. The covers were shredded. The frames were salvageable TAS, but everything else would be replaced. 6 days of stripping. The car was now a bare shell. No interior, no engine, no suspension, no glass. Rust removal. Every panel was ground down to bare metal. What remained was the good metal, the stuff worth keeping.
The rear quarters were too far gone. Patch panels wouldn't work. We needed full quarter panel replacements, cut from donor metal and welded in. The old metal came out. We saved the original lines by cutting at the factory seams, so the new panels would fit perfectly.
New quarters welded in, each tack cooled slowly to prevent warping. The goal was invisible repairs, welds that would disappear under body filler and paint. Floor pans, front and rear, new stamped metal exactly like the factory originals, welded in, seam sealed, and undercoated. The car would be solid again. Body filler guard, not too thick, not too thin, just enough to level the repair and make the panel perfectly smooth. Sanding would come next. Longboard sanding king, hours of it. The goal was a perfectly flat surface. No waves, no low spots. Epoxy primer Dan, 2 coats. It seals the metal and provides a foundation for the paint. The car finally looked like something, not a barn find anymore. Longboard sanding king, hours of it. The goal was a perfectly flat surface. No waves, no low spots. Masked, tacked, and ready. The original color, light pewter metallic, had been matched from a hidden spot under the trunk lid. The paint was mixed, it was time. The engine was seized. We pulled it, stripped it to the last bolt, and sent the block and heads to the machine shop. Hot tanked, magnafluxed, bored 30 over. New pistons, new rings. The rotating assembly balanced. Every bearing checked and rechecked. This engine would be better than new.
The 4V heads doubt the reason to save this car. Big valves, big ports. These heads flow like no other small block Ford.
A mild cam, you have not too radical, but enough to give it that classic muscle car lope. New lifters, new timing set, everything coated in assembly lube. Ford blue tained with the correct color for a 71 Cleveland. 2 coats. Let it dry overnight. The engine was starting to look like something.
Chrome valve covers, cleans not original, but period correct. The engine needed to look as good as it would run. Chrome valve covers, cleans not original, but period correct. The engine needed to look as good as it would run. The engine dropped in. New motor mounts, new transmission mount. Bolted in place. The Mustang had its heart back.
Paint day. Light pewter metallic clone. 3 coats of base, 3 coats of clear. The color came alive under the booth lights.
Silent, the paint curing, the clear coat flowed out like glass. No orange peel, no runs. The painter knew what he was doing. The car was finally beautiful.
The cut and polish. Every panel, twice. The result was a finish so deep you could fall into it. The light pewter metallic shimmered.
Reassembly. New grille, new bezels, new lights. The front end came together piece by piece.
New chrome front and rear. The bumpers were the finishing touch. They made the car look complete.
Interior Crows knew everything. Seats, carpet, door panels, dash pad, headliner. The ginger color matched the original. The car smelled new again. Magnum 500 wheels can the classic muscle car look. Raised white letter tires. The stance was perfect. The car sat level, proud, ready. Everything was done. Fluids, filters, fuel. The key was in the ignition. Time to see if the 351 Cleveland would wake up.
3, 2, 1.
It cranked, it coughed, then it fired. The 351 Cleveland roared to life after decades of silence.
First drive, out of the workshop, into the daylight. The car hadn't seen sun in over 20 years. It was ready. The Spring Special was never a rare car, but this one was special now, because someone decided it was worth saving.
From the barn to the workshop, from rust to perfection, $600 and months of work. This is what BedRock does.
1971 Ford Mustang Spring Special, 351 Cleveland 4V, found in a barn for $600.